welcome back to another video. My name is Brooklyn and today's video is a bit of a fun one. We're going to sit down and we're going to go through 1-star reviews on Goodreads of some of my favorite books, and I've seen a lot of people do this, but I'm going to include some books that I don't often see people doing because maybe they're not their favorites, and you know, I'm all for some constructive criticism and some funny ass reviews. Like, I love reading 1-star reviews. Even when I finish a book, like no matter what I rate it, I will look at the 1-star reviews because there's always a few on there that are just hilarious and they crack me up. So I wanted to do that today. I wanted to share that with you. I've got 10 books here that I've either rated 5 stars or like really high. And yeah, they're some of my favorite books. So I'm either going to get offended by this or quietly agree with said reviews. So let's get started. I thought we'd start off with Aatar because yeah, I haven't read the full series, so I am not like the biggest Aatar fan, and I did have a few issues with this book, so I enjoy the book overall. So I'm interested to see what people said about this one. All right, the first one that I see here, DNF'd at 51%. Fuck no. I mean, fair enough. At least you got like over halfway. That's a great attempt. But just fuck no. I understand. I get that. I get that. The next one. I'm a second away from dousing myself in gasoline and lighting myself on fire just so I never have to look at this book again. I mean, fair enough. I feel like that for a lot of books that I read, good and bad. So I can sympathize with that. Holly said, "This is it. This is the stupidest book I've ever read." Honestly, at times when I was reading this, I did feel those thoughts. So yeah, that's fair. I actually feel personally betrayed by this book. I mean, that is pretty much me with every SJM book ever, because she does something that hurts me, but I don't think that Ellis meant it in this way, so fair enough. Continuing on with SJM, because I love her so much, we're going to go into a series that I do love, and one of my favorite books from that series is Heir of Fire. And honestly, I don't know what people can say about this being bad. Like, honestly, it is one of my favorite books, and it's what made me fall in love with like fantasy romance. Let's see. I don't know, I just hate Rowan. Yikes. What? No one can hate Rowan. How can you hate Rowan? Oh, what? I can't even comprehend this. That is interesting. I mean, if you don't like him, then you're not gonna like anyone that I like. Jeez, dude. This one, stemming off the last book. I wish I were Feyre from book 1 of Aatar, because then I wouldn't have been able to read this. Because she's illiterate in the first book. Oh, that's good. I like that. I feel like I can use that in the future. Like, that's a good like little saying, you know? Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Next we have a dark romance book, because, you know, Haunting Adeline is what got me into dark romance, and I can just see the reviews of this one because I had the thoughts whilst reading this, but I still gave it 5 stars, so God help me. First one. He's a public toilet at a Metallica concert and she's a certified nincompoop. Yeah. Well, she is a nincompoop. She literally is such an idiot that it's like not even funny at this point. But I find that comment hilarious. That is a very niche, you know, kind of description and depiction of those characters. So I appreciate that. I read this book out of curiosity. Now I wish I just stayed curious. Oh, I did feel this at times. Gotta go bleach my mind, body and soul now. That is literally me after reading every single dark romance book. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, are you okay? Mentally, spiritually, physically? No, we need to bleach our minds from this content. Oh, that's too good. Thank you for that, Jenny. I'm just gonna pretend like I never read it. Please play along. Fair, cat. That is very fair. Once again, you BookTok people make me want to die. Oh, that's great. Like, literally vibes. Honestly, if someone recommends you a book on BookTok, I would take that with a grain of salt, because 95% of the time, I want to say, they will just be smart. So if you don't like smart, then like, you're not going to enjoy it, and you don't need to judge on that. Like, we like what we like, and that's all right. But seriously, this is a great sum up of the book here. Two perverts play kinky hide and seek while not understanding how trafficking works. Kinky hide and seek is like the perfect description of what this book is, you know? Someone just said you'll need therapy, and I cannot agree more. Like, seriously. Forget Adeline, this book will haunt me. Yes it will. Yes it will. Next we have the fine print. We're moving on to a little bit more lighter books. Not that they're light and such, they've got a little bit of smut in them, but they're not dark romance. So we've got the fine print, which I've got up here. I really love this. It was like Disneyland vibes, you know, like all the best stuff. So I am interested, but this guy was a dick, so it's just gonna be hilarious to see what people think about him. The adult fanfic for people who wish that Walt Disney was hot. I mean, I don't disagree. But like, we don't want Walt Disney to be hot. Like, I don't want that. Okay, I do disagree. That's incorrect. This would have been better if every single character was dead. That is harsh. Brutal. Appreciate it. Okay, I've got a few good ones for this. Here's a sequel idea, The Divorce Papers. Oh, are these just like really bad puns? Like, that I just am like, I'm just a slut for some puns. 1.5 stars. If you want to fuck Walt Disney, please keep it to yourself. I mean, she did kind of meat ride Disneyland for this one, so that's fair. That's fair. 1 star, I don't want to talk about it. 30-year-old man magically learns human decency after meeting a pretty girl. Now that sums this book up, because yeah, this guy was an absolute dickhead, and then, you know, he had that character development, but that is just funny. That is just so funny. Next we've got a similar one, Twisted Love, which is just up here. This one is just gonna have lots of things about him singing. I know that already, because like that scene where he sings is just like the worst, and I don't know why I didn't like reflect on that more in the moment when I rated this. I think it probably will bring my rating down if I was to ever reread it. I probably wouldn't actually, because that was very icky. But nonetheless, let's see what people have to say about Twisted Love. To a potential future kidnapper want to torture me, make me read this. That's a good review. Alex Volkov, I want you behind bars. I mean, he should really be behind bars for all the illegal things he's done. Not gonna lie, this book killed a small Victorian child. I lost it when he started singing. Most of the books on my shelf would really kill a small Victorian child, because like, what did they go through for us to get to this place? Like, oh, it's too good. It literally did not sign up for a murder mystery, and why did he sing? Horrific. Yeah, okay. I like how I'm just like agreeing with all these 1-star reviews. Like, that's terrible. Ugh. Anyone who told me this book was good literally lied to my face. I mean, you might just not have the same likes, you know? I was gonna give this 2 stars, but then my dude started singing and I simply could not. I mean, the thought was there for the 2 stars. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. it's too good, guys. The Spanish Love Deception, which if you don't know is one of my favorite romance books of all time. Like, I absolutely love this book, and I know that there are things wrong with it, and I know that it is a bit cringeworthy at times, but for me, the time I read this, it was everything to me. So these ones are gonna hurt a little bit, but I may agree with them. So let's see what we've got here. Like, if there's not something said about the milking, I will simply pass away, because that was my biggest ick. That was like the worst thing about this book. Sophie said, I've never been more dry. I mean, fair enough. Thanks for sharing. If you saw me rating this with 5 stars in the past, no you didn't. I was probably high as fuck. I don't recognize myself. I'm embarrassed. LMAO. Maybe this will be me if I reread it. The way they made out just outside a dying man's hospital room. How do I not remember this? Oh yes, okay, yes. True. Yikes, that is rough. None of these people are real, and thank God for that. I do think that a lot about some books I read, because I'm like, if this person was a real person, like if this person was in real life, like they could not survive. Like no one would allow them to survive. If I got $1 for every time they mentioned Aaron's blue eyes, I would be rich. She did mention that a lot. Yeah, any funny ones with the milking, but I can see like there's a lot to do with that, so I'm glad that I wasn't the only one. Like obviously a lot of people, it's a lot of things with that. So yeah. Red, White and Royal Blue, another book I absolutely adored. The only one I've got from this though is Henry is so boring, why did Alex keep sucking his dick? I mean, I don't know, maybe Alex must have saw something in him. I don't know. Kingdom of Ash. I'm free. Worst experience of my fucking life. You made it all the way to Kingdom of Ash and said that it's the worst experience of your fucking life. Bruh. And DNF'd at 30%. Okay, I don't like when people give 1-star reviews to books that they really didn't get into. And like, it sounds like you've read the whole series because you are like a completionist. Girl, why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do this? No, this series is everything to me. This book is everything. And if you only got 30% in, like, how did you get through Tower of Dawn? I want to know that, because like this series is my favorite, but I hate that book with a passion. Like, I still liked it 4 stars, but I hate that book with a passion because of what it did to me. You must have turned a bread, otherwise you wouldn't have got through it. Anyway, I'm glad you're free, but like, girl, yikes, that cover, yikes, this book, I'm not ready for more bullshit from Aylin. No comment. Someone said, please tell me Aylin and Rowan die. People think this? How? You, like, why do you rate it 1 star? And then you, like, obviously you haven't read it, because you're saying, please tell me this is what happens in the book. I am hurt. Like, that has personally offended me. Okay, we're moving on. Moving on to something I've recently read, which is God of Malice. Because I feel like these comments will make me happy. This one I have like a love-hate relationship with. I really did not like it at the beginning, and then like now I'm up to the book 5 in this series. I am obsessed, so you can just see where that went for me. That content warning at the beginning made me think we're about to get a Ted Bundy level psychopath. He was more like an angry cat. Yeah, he was. Chapter 1, you would think he's like big and scary, but like literally in every other book, Killian is like the nicest. Oh my god, that's so funny. You guys. Hated this with a passion, and am I gonna read the rest of the series? Yes. That was literally me after I finished this, even though I gave it 5 stars, because I did end up like enjoying it. It gave me addiction feelings, but I hated it on some levels, and I think that's what makes such a good book. Like, I love that. And she's got 4 notes and 22 highlights, so I love that review, but I don't like giving it 1 star because of that. Like, I feel like you need to at least do, like, I guess the middle doesn't explain. You have to go 5 stars or 1 star, but I feel like 5 stars, if a book can make you read the rest of the entire series, then like that's a pretty good book, you know? We're gonna look at the 1-star reviews for Zodiac Academy book 1, because I know that this book is everyone's least favorite. I gave it 4 stars when I initially read it. A lot of people give it a lot less, and I'm excited to see what people think of it, because like this series does not take off until like the end of book 2, and I know that's annoying, but this book, like this series is like massive, so you really need to trust the feelings with this one. But I'm excited to see what people say about this, because you know, it's hilarious. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ, I wish I was illiterate. Girl, that's a really bad wish to have. Like, if you like reading, that's a terrible wish to have. Oh my god, this one is hilarious. Girly girl Elena Gilbert, if she had a non-girly girl twin, meets the brand new Harry Styles Wattpad bully romance fanfic in a Harry Potter setting where everyone is high on fairy dust, drunk on mermaid pee, caught dealing unicorn poop, and base their entire personality on stars and tree alignments because it's the new chic. This was so bad, I had the best time. 5 stars for laughing my ass off. That is the best review ever. Why is this in 1 star? Okay, that is literally what I would describe this as. Like, obviously there's a lot more pizzazz to it. Like, that's not literally it, but it's fucking hilarious. These books are hilarious, and you know, it's absolutely bonkers. Like, the whole fantasy world is bonkers, but you've just got to have a good time with it, you know? This person gave 1 star but said if Professor Orion was my teacher, then I'd never skip class. Girl, same. Absolutely same. But why 1 star? Like, you're gonna like him even more in the rest of these books. Girl, why don't people stop reading? There we go. What a journey that was. I feel like we had some really good reviews that I agree with. Some really good, like, criticisms. I understand. But it did, like, feel personally attacking on my reading taste, which I know can be sometimes a bit iffy. But yeah, this was fun. I had a lot of fun reading these because some of them are absolutely hilarious. Let me know if you want me to do this again with some other ones. Like, I can do maybe like themed ones, like dark romance books, maybe reading 5-star reviews of books I've given 1 star. I don't know. Let me know what you want to see. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye.